Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and today's video is going to be a collab with Nikki Lynn. And of course, I'll have her channel and her video linked in my description box. Nikki and I met through YouTube over the last, few months here, and I absolutely adore her. She is about half my age. I could be her mother. And she is one of the most mature and well-rounded individuals I've ever met in that age group. She is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. She creates absolutely beautiful makeup looks, and she has great taste in makeup. And she's really entertaining and really funny. I just adore watching her videos because she cracks me up. You're gonna see a beautiful makeup look. I mean, she's the whole package here. So I really do recommend, if you guys have not yet gone to her channel and subscribed, do it because you're gonna love her. She's awesome. So we batted around some ideas of what we could do for our collab, and we finally settled on me taking some pictures of palettes in my collection and her doing the same thing. We exchanged those pictures with each other. And then I chose her palette from the picture she sent me, and she chose my palette from the picture I sent her. So the palette that she chose for me to use is this beauty right here. The BPerfect Stacey Marie Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette. And I haven't used this in a while, and this is one of my absolute favorite palettes in my collection. I just love this. And the cool thing is we can do whatever we want with this, with our palettes that we chose for each other. It's not a palette bingo. We can just create whatever kind of look we want, and I'm really excited about it. Now, the shades that I haven't really touched in this palette yet, well, there's a few that I haven't touched yet, but the ones I really want to play with today that I haven't really touched a whole lot of are these ones over here. So I'm thinking of doing like a blue and green look. That's what I'm thinking today, and I'm excited about it because these shades are just gorgeous. I really thought about maybe using these shades, but I've used quite a few of those shades, and I just kind of want to do something a little different today. So I think what I will do is start off with this shade right here called Reef and put that in my transition area. And then I'm going to use a green shade out of there, blue shade. It's going to be really fun. And of course, my brows are done, and this eyelid is primed in the P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 01. So let's get started. And I'm not going to tell you what palette I chose for Nikki. You'll have to watch her video and see which palette I chose for her. But it's a palette that I don't have that I really wish I did have. I put it in my cart at one point and left it there for too long. And I went back later that afternoon to just go ahead and pull the trigger and get it, and it was gone. It was like, this is sold out. I'm like, what? Couldn't believe that. I hate it when I do stuff like that. Not that I necessarily need another eyeshadow palette, because I really didn't need it. It was kind of like a sign for me, like, okay, this was not meant to be. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm excited to see what she's gonna do with the palette, because it's a gorgeous palette. Oh, it's so pretty. And I just recently watched a video of Nikki's where she was going to use a melt palette, and one of the shades was all moldy. And I was like, oh, it is just, I don't know. I could totally feel her pain when she was showing the palette and showing the mold on it. She was like, I can't believe this. And she ended up having to grab a different palette to use. And her look turned out beautiful. She did kind of like a mermaid inspired look in that video. It was gorgeous. But it was just kind of funny to see the kind of like shock on her face, and then kind of like her wrapping her head around the fact that this shade now is all moldy. I've never had a palette do that. I've never had a palette get moldy, not yet anyway. But I will say, not to throw any shade on melt necessarily, but the Muerte palette that I got from that brand, there's a couple shades in that palette that I'm like, they're just a little tricky for me, a little different than what I was expecting. Because the Amor y Mariposas palette is so gorgeous. Oh, I love that one. So, I don't know, the Muerte palette just, I don't know. It's nice. I mean, I did create a nice look with it, but I haven't used all the shades yet, so I probably shouldn't be getting too hot and heavy about it. And this is a very nice shade. I love it. It's kind of like toothpaste green, kind of a aqua fresh green. So now I want to deepen up the crease. And I really do want to go green. I was thinking about using that forest green shade, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to go into this one here called Tropics. It's this beautiful, like, bright green, like shamrock green shade, and put that in my crease. I can't remember exactly how I found Nikki, or if she found me, how we found each other, but she is just awesome. She really is. She's just such a bright, beautiful light here on this platform. God, I just love her. She's so fun. And she really like inspires me a lot. Uh, and she reminds me kind of me when I was her age. You know, she's really funny, and not that I think I'm really funny, but I don't know. She just, there's things that she'll do or say that I'm like, that's me. That is me when I was that age. So great. And you know, just being around that youthful exuberance, or just not that we're around each other, but watching her, you know, it just really like lifts me up, makes me feel good. She's just a really fun person to watch. And like I said, she's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. And like I said too, I really enjoy her taste in makeup. She's created some really beautiful looks with some really awesome palettes. And it's fun to watch someone that uses makeup that you use too, like has similar palettes, but also has different palettes too. I love that. I love that. I love learning more things about makeup through somebody that has different makeup than I do. It's cool. And this is gorgeous. I'm really digging this combination. I love the bright green with the kind of foamy green, sea foam green, aqua fresh green. It's cool. And these shades are just heavenly. I love this palette, so fun. Okay, so now let's go into the deep, this blue shade. I've got cat hair on my palette, of course I do. Put that in my outer V, maybe into my transition area just a little bit too, we'll see. Just to give you a little weather update, in good old Oregon, at least where I live, it's supposed to be 104 today, I think. This whole week it's supposed to be in the hundreds, and I'm just like, barf. It was 102 here yesterday. And I went grocery shopping kind of like in the heat of the day, well, heat of the early evening, and I was like, why did I do this? I mean, I had all day to go grocery shopping, and I'm like, oh no, I'll just wait till it's like a blazing inferno outside and go grocery shopping. I don't know why I do that to myself. I do that a lot. It's because I was being lazy, and my husband and I were just hanging out in the air conditioning, watching movies, and I just did not want to go get groceries earlier, but I regretted it because, like I said, it was so damn hot. We watched a couple of really good movies. Dead Man Walking. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that movie. It's older. It's with Sean Penn and Susan Sarandon. He'd never seen it before, my husband. So we watched that, and man, that is such, I mean, it's a really hard movie to watch, but it's also really well done. Sean Penn, I think, is such a great actor. Man, have you guys ever seen Mystic River? The scene where he finds out his daughter's been murdered and how he acts. It's so unbelievable to me how like raw that is. You know, I don't know that I could do that. That's why I'm not an actress, because I don't think I could do that. But it was so real and so raw, that scene. Oh man. And I love this, although I'm getting that crazy edge. So let me go back. Well, I use the same brush. Hold on, let me find a different brush to take that edge away. I think I'm just gonna use this little one here and go back into Tropics, and then just kind of blend that out a little bit because it's getting a little funky looking. I like to take that edge off if I can, at least a little bit. And then what other movie did we watch? Oh, we watched a couple of old John Wayne movies. One was called The Quiet Man. That was cute. And then El Dorado. Every so often, my husband gets on these Western kicks, which I don't mind. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Western movies, but John Wayne movies are pretty good. You know, I mean, his voice and how he's going to ride his horse in. Forget it. I'm not even going to try to mimic John Wayne. You guys are like, good, because you don't sound anything like him. I was doing that all day yesterday, and my husband's finally like, honey, you don't really sound like John Wayne. Good try, but you don't sound like him. Alrighty, so now for the shimmers. Yeah. And I think I'm going to use two today. I'm going to use this one here called Tahiti Green, and then this one here called Vanilla. I just thought those two would look nice together. I'm going to start off with this one and put it towards the latter half, and then Vanilla on the front half. Okay, and I don't think I've ever used this shimmer shade before. Look at that. Whoa! Gorgeous electric green, baby. And I think this is going to look really cool next to the blue shade, I think. The deep. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. I love it. Beautiful. I'm actually going to, I think, take this almost to the inner corner and then just put a little bit of that vanilla shade down, I think is my plan anyway. So yeah, I don't know what to expect today at work because I've mentioned in many videos that our air conditioning system sucks. So We'll see. I don't know. Did I tell you that it's leaking? The air conditioning system at my work is leaking. So I went into work last week, Monday, and walk in, and I see out of the corner of my eye, like the upper corner of my eye, that something looks weird with the ceiling. So I look up, and the ceiling tiles have these huge big water spots, and one of the ceiling tiles is like bowed into the room. I'm like, so I contact the landlord that's on the 3rd floor, and I said, the ceiling tiles are leaking. So they came up and took out the ceiling tiles, this handyman guy, really nice guy. And he's like, we can't fix this for a while because we're having this big, huge heat wave. And he said, the only way we can fix this is to turn it off, the AC, the HVAC system off to fix it. And he's like, you guys are all going to just swelter away up here. And I'm like, yeah, don't do that. So it's the AC is still sort of working. It's just leaking. So now we have these big buckets in the lobby of our waiting room or whatever. These huge big buckets, like cute. Let me go back. Where's the brush I was using? Right here. I'm gonna go back into the deep and add a little bit of that back just to take that weird edge away from that shimmer. And so yeah, I was like, oh, wonderful, great. It's either the HVAC system that's leaking, or they have a sprinkler system up on the roof to keep the HVAC system from freezing. So it's either the sprinkler system or it's the HVAC system. One of them is leaking into our room, into our office. Now, out in the hallway, it's leaked before to the point where like the ceiling tiles crumbled. And oh, actually, that just happened in the women's bathroom. The ceiling tiles fell into the bathroom in one spot. And I was like, oh, geez. So yeah, it's just an old building. It's an old building. And I guess they don't want to pay to have the whole HVAC system redone, I guess. I don't know. Seems like they would just do that, but they don't. Okay, so now I'm just going to clean this brush off and go into Vanilla, the shade right here. It's kind of a peachy, pinky, goldy, but looks like there's some green in it too. Or maybe it's just reflecting off the other, I don't know. We'll see. And I think I have used this shade before, pretty sure. Looks like I have anyway. I'm trying to think of the last time I used this palette. I don't remember. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's some green in that. Yeah, there is. Okay, cool. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, yeah, I'm digging it, man. I'm totally digging this look. This is cool. I feel like it's kind of mermaid-esque. Nikki, maybe I'm channeling you from that video I watched where you created your mermaid look. I don't know. Wasn't a conscious thought, but maybe I am. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that is so pretty. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's just kind of like a really light green, but there's some peach in it too, I think. I don't know. It looks really peachy in the pan, and it could just be that I didn't clean the brush off good enough. I don't know, but I don't think so. Yeah, that is gorgeous. I'm just going to try to take this up just a little bit into that green shade. Just a little bit. Yeah, I really like this. This is fun. Gorgeous. She gave me several palettes to choose from for her look, and I gave her, I think, what, 5 or 6? She's got some awesome palettes. I mean, truly awesome. I would love to go hang out in Nikki's beauty space and just go bonkers over her palettes. But I was thrilled that she chose this. She chose this one and then another palette, but I think it was the Cotton Candy palette from BH Cosmetics, the Sweet Shop, but I thought I'm gonna go with this one. I love this palette. And then I am gonna go back with the deep and just kind of make that look a little more put together right there. Just kind of feather the brush back and forth. Yeah, I am digging this look. This is so much fun. So I'm pretty much done. I do have a bunch of fallout down here. So I'm gonna go clean this up, do my lower lash lines, other eye, face, hair, and I will come back. This is the finished look, and I went all in with my lip shade today, and I'll show it to you here in just a minute. I love the lippy that I chose, and I just love the eyeshadow palette that Nikki chose for me. Such a wonderful palette, and I've used it a handful of times, and I think today's look is my favorite look that I've created thus far with this palette. And of course, I'll show you the palette again, talk to you about the shades I used, all that jazz before I wrap the video up. But let me show you just a few things I put on my face for my finished look. On my lips, I did use a multi-chrome gloss from LadybugGlow. This is in the shade number 1. I haven't really used this since I lip swatched all the glosses in, well, I split it up over 2 videos, but I was just looking through my little tub of these and I thought this shade will look really cool with my eye look. And I really do like it. It's taken me a minute to get used to it because I don't usually use these kind of lip shades, but I love these glosses. And if you guys have not yet checked out this brand, I'll have their Etsy shop linked in my description box. Please go check out the brand. There's just so many fun things to choose from. I'm so in love with this brand. And then for my mascara, I did use one from SheGlam again. This is the Max Impact Extreme Volumizing Mascara. This was super cheap. I'm really enjoying it. And then for my lower waterlines, I did use one from Beauty Creations, this bright blue. This is in the shade Denim. I just thought the blue would look really nice with the eye look today. And then for my upper lid liner, I used a blue liner also. This is from ColourPop. This is the BFF liquid liner in Crazy. And it doesn't show up as well as I thought it would, but it's still, you know, it's doing its job. And I just love this, really a nice felt tip liner. Okay, so let's talk about the palette. BPerfect Stacey Marie Carnival 3 Love Tahiti. I am so madly in love with this palette and I adored the shades that I used today. Everything works so well in this palette. The mattes are so pigmented and they blend out beautifully. They just kind of blend themselves, you know, just really fun to use the shades in this palette. I haven't used all of them yet, but that's my goal, is to get through all the shades in here. And really happy that I chose shades from the palette that I hadn't used before. I had used this one before. And I think actually I have used the Deep before too. But these 3 shades I know I hadn't used yet, and just gorgeous. The shimmers are beautiful, really fun. Just such a lovely color story and quality, and so happy that I have this in my collection, and really happy that I was smart enough to pull this out and take a picture of it to send it to Nikki so she could choose it for me, because, you know, I've got a lot of different palettes I could use or choose from for her to choose from. Anyway, so really happy that I grabbed this one. But yeah, oh, this was such a fun look to put together. Absolutely wonderful. And I cannot wait to see what Nikki does with the palette that I chose for her. That's going to be so much fun to watch her video. And like I said at the beginning, I will have her channel and her video linked in my description box. I highly recommend that you guys go and check her out. She is beautiful. She's talented. She's funny. She's real. She's genuine. She is the whole package. I feel very honored that she agreed to do a collab with me. Very honored that she wanted to do a collab with a dorky old lady. Thank you, Nikki. You're wonderful. And I'm just really proud of her. I'm really proud of her dedication to her channel and just how awesome she is. She's truly a stellar young woman, and I'm really happy to call her my friend. I would love to know what you guys think of this look. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you have this palette, what you think of it. If you've used those shades together before, we can chat all about that in the comment section too. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again on my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy. I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.